78% of the air is nitrogen, and plants and animals need it to make proteins. So surely it's easy to get it. Well, the problem is that the nitrogen in the air is a gas, and it's fairly unreactive. So how do living things get our nitrogen? Well, this is where you need to know about the nitrogen cycle. So back to that 78% in the air. Luckily, it doesn't stay there. Nitrogen in the air can be fixed into nitrogen compounds that plants can take up in a few ways. When lightning strikes, the energy can split the nitrogen molecule up into atoms, which react with oxygen in the air, get washed into the soil and form nitrates. Some plants, legumes, that's beans, peas and clover, can do this with special bacteria in their root nodules, and these are known as nitrogen-fixing bacteria. Humans can even do it using the Haber process to make fertilizers that we can put onto the soil. The plants can then absorb these nitrates through their roots and use them to build proteins. These can get passed on up the food chain when an animal comes along and eats them. However, nature's eventually going to take its course, and what goes in must come out. This nitrogen can be lost in urine, feces, breathing and sweating. Now, remember, nothing goes to waste. Decomposing bacteria are going to break down those waste materials, which include the dead animals and plants, and turn their nitrogen compounds back into nitrates which are in the soil. Wait, this is meant to be a cycle. Other bacteria, called denitrifying bacteria, can break down the nitrates in the soil and turn them into nitrogen gas in the atmosphere, which completes the cycle. So let's review those key processes. Nitrogen gas in the atmosphere can get turned into nitrates in the soil, and this is known as nitrogen fixing. Nitrates in the soil can get turned back into nitrogen gas in the atmosphere, and that's known as denitrification. And all this is made possible by tiny microorganisms. Without it, we'd run out of usable nitrogen.